Welcome back to another fitness recap. Today I'm recapping my Thursday strength session and Friday's or today's high intensity session of Tabata. So stick with me and we'll go over each of the sessions and exercises now. Okay, so Thursday's strength session, let's go over some of the details. So it was a every minute on the minute, or they call it EMOM. So I'm still getting used to some of the terminology, but it's not terrible. So we had 3 different sets of exercises. Let me pull up the pic of the guidance that we got as well, just so I can go over that with you. So first group of exercises was a single leg pistol squat. So we went through 8 to 10 reps of that pistol squat, single leg, then we rotate off onto pull off press. So what was that one? Single arm somehow. That's right. So it was a exercise band, and it was attached to something. So what you do is you pull the band out so it's flexed, and then you turn sideways so that the band is going that way, and then what was it? Do you raise it that way, or yeah, I think it was, or that's right. So I think you go raise it up and then bring it down while it's still flexed that way. And that was like massive core based exercise. It was pretty cool. And then you flip over to the other side. After that, it was a barbell clean. So straight from the ground, it was a deadlift sort of one. Bring it up straight onto here, then drop back down again. Clean. And then the last one was diamond push-ups on one of those wobbly boards. Rotate through that. Every minute you go to the next exercise, and you do that group of exercises 3 times. The next set of exercises, let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, okay, I have it on an iPhone, so I had like one of those live messages going, or live pictures, so it moved off. Next group was a set of 4 again. So landmine squat. It was one of those barbells that were like attached to the ground plate, and then you stick some weights on the front of it. Basically, grab it up, hold it up against your chest, and you're going down into landmine squats and pushing up. No press at the end of that when you're holding it. Move over to leg raises. Which one was this? Leg raises. That's right. We had a mat, and there were some traffic cones. 2 traffic cones either side of the mat. And what you did is legs out between the cones initially, lift them up, split them down on the other side of the cones, and then all controlled the whole time. You lean back so you can lift it, and the more you lean forward during that, the harder the exercise is. Proof to the pudding of that is I moved forward like that much, set up a little bit more, and freaking killed it. It was strange. It didn't like muscle burn as much. It was just really hard, really hard, especially to maintain that control. Next up, we had bird dog kettlebell rows. So this one was a bit strange for me. I stuffed it up for the whole time except for the last set. Essentially, you have a kettlebell. You're going across, like diagonally across a bench, and you're having basically the knee that's up on the bench is the knee closest to the side with the kettlebell. So when you're going diagonally, one arm is obviously off. I can't even demo it. And then the opposite leg, or the diagonally opposite leg to the one that's on the bench, that's going out straight behind you. And then you're doing it, and you're doing kind of a in-place row exercise down with the kettlebell. And it's supposed to hit core and obviously chest, back muscles. Next one for that was a staggered deadlift. What was that one? That's right. It was again with the kettlebells. You bend one knee slightly as you bend over and keep one leg straight, and then you drop in the kettlebells to the ground, lifting back up, and that's just a pure hamstring hit there. Again, 8 to 10 reps, going for decent weight, and you're rotating through the exercises every minute, and you're doing 3 laps of that group before you go into the next group. Last group was a single arm dumbbell kneeling press. So kneel on the ground, one armed dumbbell holding up decent weight again and pushing up for a press. That's so you can't spring with any momentum, right? So it's all just muscle and stability from that point. Sit up, it was just a straight sit up, but with a weighted bar that we held straight up in front of us, and then as we sat up, we kept it straight, and then go back down slower, kept it up straight. After that, one-armed cable row, so machine-based rows, straight out, pull back in, or pull and turn. I don't know if it really matters, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a professional, just doing recaps. And the last one was a choice of our pin-loaded leg ones. At the end, so again, 3 sets of those every minute, switching exercises. And at the end, we had a bonus round where we had a nice... Oh, no, hang on, that wasn't yesterday. No, my mistake. That wasn't the bonus round yesterday. Yesterday was just picking 2 exercises that we enjoyed and doing a set of each of them again. Enjoyed. So I went back and smashed out, what was it? Kneeling press, and what was the other one? Can't remember what the other one was. Anywho, good session, strong session. I was still feeling it today when I woke up this morning. So always a good sign that I pushed myself hard enough in the previous session. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So recap of today's Tabata high intensity session. It hurt. It really hurt. I felt like I was pushing myself pretty hard today, which is good. I like it when I feel like I have the energy to just keep progressing. So today was one of those days, and I'm pretty happy with myself. However, it was a really tough session. So let's go over it and see if everyone else agrees. Basically, with this one, it was... I confused myself initially, but there were 9 exercises in total. And between each of those exercises, we had to jump on either a cardio machine or we went for a run. So just to give an overview of how the session was structured, you're at a station, an exercise, and you are on that exercise for 20 seconds. Then you have a slight rest. I don't know if it's 20-second rest. Then you're back on for 20 seconds. So you're trying to do high intensity for those 20 seconds, keep it up. After 2 sets, you go onto a cardio machine or skipping or a run, and you do that at high intensity rates for 20 seconds, rest 20 seconds, and then you switch back to your exercise. And then each exercise you do 2 sets of, and then 2 sets of cardio between them. First up was commandos. So commandos are the ones where you basically go into a push-up stance and you lower yourself onto your arms into a plank stance and then back up. It can be pretty tough, especially when you're trying to go for, again, high reps pretty quick. And then rotate that back onto cardio. Second round, sled pushes. So the sled pushes, I'm pretty proud sometimes that I can do some pretty damn heavy sled pushes. These ones were half the weight that I would normally do, thankfully, because I went faster than I normally do. And by the stage I had gotten to the sleds, I was pretty exhausted. But that was good. High intensity, up and back, probably like 5 meter push, 5-6 meters. I always confuse myself about distances, to be honest. Metric system's great because it should be pretty simple, 1 meter, 100 centimeters. But I always just lose my gauge of how far the meter is. Anyway, sled pushes, bang those up once or twice, and then do the second round of that, and then back onto your cardio, then back onto the sled pushes. third round or third exercise was a rope jump burpee. So those big battle ropes that you get in gyms that we had those set out so that you could use them as a station to jump over, essentially. So down for a burpee, jump up, sideways jump over the rope, down into a burpee, up, sideways jump. Those were fairly intensive. I think everyone that's done burpees before knows that burpees kind of suck, but they're a good exercise. They're a good exercise, especially high intensity ones. Rotate on again, cardio, back onto the second set, cardio, and then back onto exercise 4. Exercise 4 was to a swing to press exercise. So they have these not kettlebells, but like triangle sort of weights with a handle on each corner. So basically for those, you're supposed to go down to like a wide stance squat sort of thing where what's that exercise where you have a kettlebell up in front of you, bring it down, and then bring it up in front, and then down into like a squatty sort of thing as you bring it between your legs. Like that, but as you bring it up, you can bring it up here, and then you press. And then it was awkward to bring back down into a swing again, but, you get the gist. 2 sets, rotate on, cardio. 2 sets again, rotate on for cardio. 5th exercise, squat 3 side jump with a plate. So the name doesn't really define it that well, to be honest. Essentially, there was a barbell. Get the terminology mixed up all the time. A barbell plate. So those big plates, not the smaller metal ones, because the metal ones are heavy, right? They're good for loading on extra because you can just get more onto the space on the bar. The bigger weights, they're like rubber coated, so they're bumper ones, and you can drop them more easily without destroying a floor or destroying the weights themselves. Anyway, those ones, they're pretty thick. 25 kilo one, about, let's say 10 centimeters height. So you get into a stance where you basically 1 foot on the weight, 1 foot off, and you into a semi squat, and then you do a high intensity kind of sideways shuffle over that weight where you never have 2 feet on the ground until you get over the other side. And then 3 rotations of that go into a squat. 3 again, and then a squat. So let's do with the fingers again. Up, across, down, up, across, down. And then as you went across, squat, up. I still don't have Aragorn. Got to find him again. We'll see. I'll find him. Aragorn is not very flexible though, so hard to demo exercise for him. Okay, coffee. Needed some. And different mug again today. No Star Wars. Oh well. So anyway, that was a very high intensity exercise, especially when you coupled it with the cardio in between. I was feeling pretty dead on my feet after that, and almost face planted on a couple of those, I would think, because my legs were just getting fatigued. Okay, that's exercise number 5. We still have 4 left to go through. So the next one was a figure 8 box step. So the gym has these big padded boxes which come up about, what will I say, 80 centimeters off the ground, 50 centimeters off the ground, depending. So there's 3 sets of them. The biggest one is like the 80 centimeter, then it goes down to 60, 40, 50 or something like that. Had it set up so that you went over and up, then down, and then figure 8'd into the next one, and then into the final one. And then you just progress with that. So it was constant movement and stepping up between. Very hard after you've been doing squats and high intensity cardio, like cycling and stuff, the whole session. But that was one of my slower exercises for the day. Next one was a crunch 2 sit-ups. So first of all, you do your crunch. That's a halfway sit-up. Crunch it, back down, full sit-up. Then back down, crunch, back down, sit-up. Again, 2 sets of that, rotate cardio, 2 sets again. Next one was a ladder. So those those ladders you see for athletes where they're doing knee highs or they're doing little sprint across it, doing skill exercises, things like that, so they get their foot movement and foot placement. Those ladders on the ground, and it was just again 20 seconds of high intensity. So I did a sideways shuffle, similar to what we did with that plate, where it was a quick side step up and over the plate. Or with this, it was a quick sideways diagonal step, reset across, back and forth. So it was a diagonal thing between each of the rungs of the ladder. I'm still trying to recover from this stupid plantar fasciitis. So, I'm not the fastest at it at the moment. I wish I could do it better, but I'm getting there. Getting there. Final exercise. Final one was a sit stand wall ball. So again, the name of it doesn't really give it justice. Essentially, you have a weighted medicine ball, and as there's a big concrete wall, so you get the ball in front of you, kind of squat down, tap the bench with your butt, come back up, throw the ball up, get it, and as you get it, you kind of transfer the weight down into your legs and then tap the bench again. So you high intensity during this, so you're trying to bang out as much as you can. I had a 10 kilo ball. I started with a 12 kilo one, but yeah, that could bugger off. 10 kilo was enough, especially when all the other exercises combined add up into something that was terrible. It was terrible. And then good old Luke from Luke's Fitness Bootcamp decided, you know what, we haven't worked hard enough, because I left it all out there. I went hard. I had nothing left. And he's like, we've got to finish her. We've got to finish her. And they have this, I don't even know what the song is. I'll have to try to find the song. But during the song, it's like, something rather get up, something rather get down. And then it's like a kind of slowish song. So there's periods where you're down, and we went down and held a squat. And then periods where it says, something rather, baby, get up. And it was a slowly paced one. So you bring up the weight. If you're holding the weight and you press it up above you, and then you bring it down to the squat, and you hold the squat until it says get up again. That song felt like it went on forever. I hated it. But I survived, and I'm here talking to you guys. So I'm hoping that there's some value that everyone finds. Not in that squat or that song, because that was just hell. Hell. I don't enjoy holding squats like that. So yeah, after that, obviously due diligence to the back end of that. Make sure you do all your stretches. Make sure you're doing the proper cool down. I just have a routine of stretches now, so I try to use some yoga positions, like down dog initially. Gets a good stretch of the hamstrings and the calves and like the back of the shoulders and things like that. And then I go down to like, what is it? Child's pose to try to stretch my back out a bit. Still failing with that. I'm going to go find a chiro or a physio, see if they can fix up my lower back as well. And then it's a matter of like hamstring stretches and try to do some hip ones and whatever else. So I'm obviously trying to focus a lot on my calves, because I think my calves are not helping my plantar fasciitis. However, you just try to hit all the target areas you can. I'm trying to also do like just bar hangs at the moment. So is that the word for it? Who knows? Bar hangs. So I jump up onto like they're not monkey bars. They're essentially gym-based monkey bars, though. So I jump up, hold two of them, and just try to hang and let gravity and my body just stretch out and lengthen out. I think it's great. My hands get really sore before the rest of me, though, which is annoying. I could hold it for longer, which is a good sign that my fitness journey is showing me results. However, my hands just don't do it. It's like the calluses I've been building up, doing all the weights, hurt the most. It's very strange. Anywho, that's the exercises. I really want to do the hangs more. I feel like there's something in my lower back that's just holding on and won't let go, even when I'm doing the hangs, but we'll target that and fix it up. I'm old. I'm old, and this is me getting back into it. Try to inspire others out there, but my body just doesn't want to recover like it used to. I am using creatine, one teaspoon of creatine each morning at the moment. Try to aid in that recovery and the energy. I think it's helping, to be honest. I haven't been waking up with back pain like I have been for a while. I do have a few things that I need to sort out, but I'm hoping I'll be able to get there in the near term. That's me. Looking forward to today. Today is an epic day. I think within an hour or so, Starship 7 or Launch 7 is going to be taking place, so I'm keen to see some of that. Super excited. Get my passion on there. Super into like SpaceX, and it's weird actually. I like sci-fi and fantasy stuff, so it aligns with my interest in the real world of, technology and how we're getting out into space. But then I'm also super keen into like all the ancient builds and megalithic structures and things like that. So anyway, I'll go talk about that at some other time. But for those out there, enjoy. If you're not interested in Starship or spaceflight, then ignore that. Get out, maybe have a stretch and a run. But keep up the journey yourselves. Keep it up. It'll show results in the end. If this is a New Year's resolution, you just got to put in the work and commit to it for, give it a good 3 months. Be consistent, and you'll start seeing results. And that's what's happened with me. I was just forced myself to be consistent. Got back out there, went to a gym, great gym in Luke's Fitness Boot Camp in Adelaide. It's great for people who don't want to plan the exercises and just don't want to think, and just all they want to do is push themselves, because I can now just go and push myself and achieve things with someone telling me what to do. Because that, in my perspective, is one of the biggest blockers for me getting back into the gym, was trying to think of what I was going to do each session, trying to plan it out, trying to make sure I didn't overwhelm things. Luke's Fitness Boot Camp and its community is great because he tells me, or Aaron, his partner, they tell me what to do, have it up on the board. I have people around me I can try to challenge myself against. And again, it's all personal challenge. So if you're finding it hard to get back into a gym, I very much recommend getting out to one of these group exercise class ones. They help immensely for getting you back into the groove of things. I'm going to stick with it because I really enjoy having the community and having someone else planning out what to do, but it may not be right for everyone. However, really good for getting back into it. Take care of yourselves, improve yourselves, get out there, experience life, and I'll speak to you soon.
Waking up early, gotta lace those shoes tight. Every step's a battle, but I'm ready for the fight. Face in the mirror, seeing shadows of the past. But today, I'm stronger, I'm rising up at last. With every heartbeat, I feel the fire ignite. Chasing my dreams, I'm reaching for new heights. My family's here and I can see the pressure.